Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, colleagues. Welcome to the UNSDG webinar on global shared services. Our apologies for a slight technical delay, but we have all of our colleagues here now from UNOPS presenting one of the prioritized global shared services, which is the HR services for non-staff contracts by UNOPS. Without further ado, we're going to hand over the session to our colleague David Chelaron from UNOPS, who will be opening the session and also introducing the rest of the team that will be with us today in this webinar. And followed by David, we'll have presentation from the team and the Q&A as usual, and we'll come back to you with the Q&A and the process for that one. So with that, without further ado, David, over to you, please.
Thank you, Samir. And first of all, I would like to say an enormous thank you to Andrew Saberton for his time today, his priceless support, co-chairing the big outstanding leadership, and today here supporting the GSS initiatives. Colleagues, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you joining this informal seminar all over the world. My name is David Chelaron Cortizo. I'm the director of the Global Shared Services of UNOPS, Global Shared Service Center of UNOPS. I also have the privilege of being a technical member of the Business Innovation Group, and I'm currently the chair of the Common Back Office task team. And on that sense, and just very quickly, I would like to first to congratulate Mr. Gulan Isaksai for his outstanding work in Iraq. Good luck with the elections today. DCO, the Common Premises task team, and the CBO task team is looking into a pilot transition. It is a very wonderful case scenario, the transition from UNAMI mission environment to a completely different environment. It will be a pity to lose the Common Premises. UNDP has already been appointed as the focal point, and it will be perfect to have all together CBO in a Common Premises. I can tell you that DCO is going to be contacting you today to brief you on what we are actually doing at the level of the Common Premises and CBO task teams. But today's session is about UNOPS HR service portfolio. With almost 2 decades of experience, UNOPS HR services have been a key driver for more efficient and effective UN system. The UNOPS ICA, Individual Contractor Agreement, has been a leading non-staff contract modality for almost 20 years of implementation history on its back. The core value proposition of the UNOPS HR services is to build on avoiding duplication of efforts in recruitment, in payroll, in contract administration. UNOPS leverage specialized HR expertise to manage complex cases and ensure policy compliance, support partners in challenging operational contexts. UNOPS provides the scale and the speed that foreigners needs, allowing them to focus on their core mandate. As you have heard from our big co-chair, BIC is ready to support you in exploring this HR service model. UNOPS HR service team will work with you for those who are interested on tailored arrangements to ensure they meet your specific operational requirements. As the global landscape demands greater agility, cost efficiency, strategic workforce deployment, UNOPS HR services stands as a proven enabler of project success. Through its innovative HR solutions, cost-saving methodologies, and extensive global reach, UNOPS remains committed to strengthen the capabilities of its partners, and as it has been said, ensuring that resources are directed where they matter the most, which is delivering impact on the ground. I'd like to say thank you to DCO for its endless coordination and for organizing these wonderful seminars. And without further ado, thanks to the UNOPS HR service team for their leadership in driving this work that is presented today forward. So now I am pleased to give the floor to our colleague Arnaud Escampaton. Over to you, Arnaud.
Thanks, David and Zamir, and thanks also to Andrew for his opening remarks. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, and thanks a lot for joining us today. It's great to see so many of you in the call. My name is Arnaud Escampaton, and I'm the head of the Partnership Development Unit within UNOPS Partnerships and Liaison Group. And we're really excited to be here to share insights into our flexible and efficient HR solutions. In today's session, we will focus, as David said, on the non-staff individual contractor agreement that we call the ICA modality. Feel free to drop questions in the chat as we go, and we'll do our best to address them at the end of the session during the Q&A. Today I'm joined by my colleagues Lorraine and Laurencio, in addition to David, whom you heard just now. Lorraine and Laurencio are from the UNOPS Partner HR Services team. This is the team that manages the global HR agreement that we sign with our partners and that we use to tailor our solutions, our HR solutions, to their specific needs and requirements. Next slide. And today, we will walk you through our key offerings and how we tailor these services to help our partners focus on their mandate and projects on the ground. So we'll structure or focus our presentation on 3 parts. First, we'll give you an overview of UNOPS HR services, their global reach, their impact, who our main partners are, etc. Then we'll briefly present the modular and flexible approach that we use, as well as the ICA modality, its framework and the value it brings to our partners. And then we'll move on to the Q&A session that I'm sure Zamir will help facilitate. Many of you are likely familiar with the ICA modality because it's actually one of the most widely used non-staff contractual modalities across the UN system. Some of you may belong to organizations that currently use it. Either way, we are excited to share with you how our services support our partners and help them focus on their mandates and their projects on the ground. Since 2006, as David said, which means we have nearly 20 years of experience, we at UNOPS have been delivering customizable HR solutions where speed and efficiency are crucial. Our approach centers on a non-staff contract for non-core project-based roles. The ICA modality is designed to strike a balance between flexibility, cost effectiveness, and the well-being of personnel. And here, I really want to highlight that for us, for UNOPS, the ICA modality is not just for partners. It's actually integral to our own operations. 80 to 90% of our own people, 80 to 90% of our own workforce work on an ICA contract. And that means that we don't just administer this modality, we live it. We've spent 20 years perfecting it in the same high-speed, project-based and high-risk environments that you operate in. With us, you get the full benefit of that deep, practical experience. And the fact that many of our colleagues work and are deployed under this contract speaks to its flexibility and effectiveness on the ground. So what is the impact of our HR services and the value they bring to our partners? Since 2020, we have managed over 105,000 contracts, 105,000 contracts on behalf of our partners. And this support has enabled rapid humanitarian responses, peacekeeping operations in DRC or Central African Republic, clearing unexploited ordnance in Iraq, Lebanon, Mali, and Somalia, supporting polio eradication efforts in Pakistan and the broader Asia region. In short, our work allows partners to focus on what matters most, their projects and their mandates. In the next slide, you will see the global reach, our global reach, how we deliver high quality, timely, and transparent HR solutions to our partners across the globe. In 2024, UNOPS managed around 9,500 personnel and more than 17,000 contracts on behalf of its partners. These personnel worked in more than 157 countries, providing critical support on the ground under the supervision of our partners. These numbers highlight our global reach, as I said, but they only include partner personnel. If we were to include UNOPS personnel, UNOPS workforce, the total would be much higher. And we deliver these services through our globally distributed multilingual teams, including our Bangkok Shared Service Center, led by David, ensuring we can provide high quality, global and local support wherever our partners work. On the next slide, you will see some of our main partners. In total, we provide HR services to more than 30 partners. And we are proud to have established long-standing, trusted relationships with our UN partners. And if you look at the individual HR portfolios that we have or we manage on behalf of our partners, they can range from several hundred to several thousand personnel that we manage on their behalf. I think for our biggest partner, we manage over 3,000 personnel on their behalf. And this is really a testament to value our partners place on the strategic UN to UN collaboration. Now, I will hand over the floor to Lorraine so she can dive deeper into the ICA modality itself. So with that, Lorraine, over to you.
Thank you, Arnaud, and hello, everyone. Could we please move to the next slide? Yes, thank you. My name is Lorraine Anabtawi, and I'm working with the Partnerships and Liaison Group managing HR services for global agreements. It's great to be here today, and I appreciate your attendance. As Arnaud touched upon a few minutes ago, the ICA's core power lies in its flexibility. The contract is not a one-size-fits-all. This slide here provides us with a high-level overview of the ICA contract modality, highlighting the key aspects we will cover in the slides to come. So if we are to look at the contract types, we can support all contract types, local ICAs or LICA, international ICA, retainers, and lump sum contracts. This allows us to tailor the agreement precisely to the project needs, not the other way around. On contract durations, we can support a local specialist for a long-term project or an international expert for a 3-week surge. The framework adapts. So the contract can scale from rapid short-term support all the way to multi-year contracts that cover the entire project lifecycle. If we look at the pay structure, the pay structure here is partner-defined, meaning that partners have the flexibility in using the UNOPS, either the UNOPS fee scale or a predefined percentage of the scale or using their own scales. UNOPS does not use a single pay scale. Partners can define the fee, increments, and entitlements based on their specific budget and operational needs. The ICA also has a wide range of benefits, including danger pay, leave packages, overtime, and different insurances. So we empower our partners by offering a full service modular platform. This means that you as a partner, you don't have to take on the full administration burden. You can select exactly what you need from us, whether it's a recruitment or a full end-to-end contract administration and payroll. The service is field tested and built for global scale. So with our centralized offices in Bangkok, we have the infrastructure to administer contracts globally, ensuring that the ICAs are paid correctly in different currencies on time with our streamlined payroll and banking solutions. I just wanted to add here to this slide that UNOPS is not remaining idle. The ICA contract is in the spotlight, and UNOPS is enhancing the digital side of our partner experience. Some of our recent additions are including the partner logo on the ICA contract, making the partnership more visible. We are also currently launching a digital e-signature across the platform. This will dramatically optimize the user experience. This month, we have also launched the Talent Plus, which is our new generation recruitment platform. Next slide, please. Okay, let's take a closer look at how the ICA contract is benchmarked against the ICSC scale. So as you can see from this slide, the ICA provides a broad range of position levels for both the local ICA and the international ICA. The LICA itself, the local ICA, can cover a wide range of in-country talent, giving flexibility to cover the vast majority of posts, from support functions to senior specialists, and so on the national level. The international ICA can also cover specialized expertise areas equivalent to P1 and above. Next slide, please. Okay, if we look closely at this slide paints a clearer picture of the flexibility and benefits built directly into the ICA contract. So the ICA is a comprehensive contract modality. It's not an empty shell. It comes with a set of default provisions for all contracts. So it's inclusive of a wide variety of leave provisions. It includes default insurances, as you can see on the screen, including malicious acts insurances, service incurred injury, and danger pay. It also provides options for including dependencies in the medical insurance plans. So this contract is 100% customizable. Partners can define the leave policies and choose to include add-ons, such as the merit rewards and overtime pay for local ICAs. In a nutshell, partners can build the package they need while still striking a balance for the well-being of the ICA contractors. Next slide. Okay, so to put that into context, here is what a package would look like in practice. So for instance, a partner who is managing a short-term project might design a very different package, both in scope and budget, than a manager who has a longer-term engagement, where there might be greater emphasis on retaining talent, fostering continuity, and supporting career development. The key takeaway here is that the ICA is fully customizable. The partners define the entire package, the service they need, the fee setting they need, and the benefits tailored precisely for the operational and budgetary requirements. It's also worth noting that UNOPS was recognized as a good practice in the recent JIU report on non-staff contracting, highlighted for its commitment to continuous improvement and alignment with international principles. Okay, so now that we have seen the what, let's move into the how. So for HR services, how does a partner start the agreement? We sign a UN-to-UN agreement that establishes a clear matrix of responsibility between both agencies. This agreement can be agreed on between the HQs, whereby creating a global agreement, or some partners may choose a smaller scale agreement at country level, depending on their mandate. In terms of setup, the contractual relationship is between UNOPS and the partner. So UNOPS facilitates the contract administration, payroll-related activities, and the partner maintains a full ownership of the relationship with the ICA contractor. The partner continues to manage the deliverables, performance supervision, reporting lines, DOAs, access to relevant IT systems, and so on. Next slide, please. So our HR services are offered, as I mentioned earlier, under a flexible modular approach. This means that we can tailor our solutions to each partner's specific needs. So we can either use a module 1, which is contract administration and payroll. The partner here is selecting the individuals, submitting a pre-selection request to UNOPS, and UNOPS is then taking care of the administrative side of the contract management, administration, benefits and entitlements, payroll, and separation. If we opt for module 2, which is recruitment. So in this module, the partner requests UNOPS to run a full recruitment process. UNOPS follows the internal policies, supports the definition of the TOR, outreach, advertising on our Talent Plus, and proceeds to the selection process. This comes, of course, at an additional direct cost per recruitment. Or we have the module 3, which is a complete tailored solution. All the HR services are combined into a single comprehensive solution, fully customized to the project goals. So this approach represents a strategic UN-to-UN partnership designed to enhance operational efficiencies. Partners can select and combine any of these modules according to their business needs. To ensure complete clarity and accountability, we will provide a detailed matrix of responsibility for every engagement. Okay, so to bring everything together, What is the ultimate value of UNOPS ICAs for our partners? It all comes down to these four key pillars. One, it is a non-staff contract that is consistent with fair benefits. It balances flexibility with personnel well-being. Two, it's a rapid and flexible engagement, enabling rapid deployment of expertise for diverse project needs. Three, its cost effectiveness, delivering significant savings by reducing administrative and payroll costs in comparison to staff contracts. And four, the centralized operating model, managed by the Bangkok Shared Service Center, BSSC, with localized support in headquarters and regions for seamless global compliance. In short, we are ready to extend our support to any UN entity seeking to benefit from our UNOPS HR services. So this naturally leads us into our next slide, the costing module. The costing model. So as an agile project-based organization, UNOPS implements its activities on a full cost recovery basis. This means that every cost is clearly outlined in our agreement, which is broken down into two categories, direct and indirect costs. The direct costs are actually the costs that are the actual costs of personnel and the processing involved in managing the service, essentially the costs you would incur anywhere if you were to get this service from any other agency. The indirect costs cover the supporting infrastructure, systems and efficiencies that UNOPS provides, such as standardized processes, risk management, compliant oversight. These costs also reflect UNOPS' extensive UN experience and adherence to UN standards. So in line with this, UNOPS applies standardized costing models for HR services, enabling partners to budget accurately and have a clear understanding of the overall investment and value associated with using our services. I thank you for your attention, and I now hand over to Arnaud. Thank you.
Thanks, Lorraine. And colleagues, as we wrap up the first two parts of this presentation before the Q&A, I really want to leave you with this. What you see on this slide is not just an improvement roadmap. It is the result of a journey. The ICA modality has undergone significant evolution since 2006. And these enhancements that Lorraine mentioned briefly are just the latest chapter in that story. The ICA modality is not a static product. We have invested and will continue to invest heavily in strengthening our services with a laser focus on cost effectiveness and efficiency. And we're working on really exciting upcoming improvements from real-time dashboards and insights, digital signature, AI and digitalization enhancements, and an updated cost recovery model. At UNOPS, we really aspire to become a best-in-class provider of HR and support services to the UN. But this is not just an internal exercise. The savings and efficiencies we gain from digitalizations, AI, automation, and process optimization will be directly passed on to you, our partners. The most critical part, though, is the experience behind the technology. We have been on this journey for years. We have learned the lessons. We have seen what works and what doesn't. Our knowledge is deep because we are one of the biggest users of the ICA modality ourselves. Our teams on the ground live this every day. They go the extra mile because we, as an organization, understand that our responsibility is to the person, to the individual contractor at the end of that contract. So don't see this as just a list of features or upcoming improvements. See it as our commitment. When you work with us, you're not just a client, you are a partner, and you get the full benefit of that UN partnership. All our knowledge, all our experience, and all our care. I thank you for attending the session. I hope you found it interesting, and we look forward to your comments and questions.